Okay, just fourth video on building our first web page, and at this stage we have a page that looks like this. We've got a background color, we've got a div with a background color of light blue, and we've got some text which is styled to take a crimson color, and that text is styled as H1. Now, if we go back to our Notepad text editor document, building this web page, we're going to add a little bit more into this document. We're going to add some images. So if we go to our div, right, we're in our div and there's our H1 heading. Well, all right, we need to go outside or below the heading, doesn't matter how far down, but we're going to add some code to add an image. Now, what we're going to do, we've got our astronauts images stored, and what I've done is I've actually changed the images folder our web page here. Right, I've just called the folder that has the images in it as as images, okay, to keep things very simple. So that's got our images. It's actually got our pictures of our three astronauts in it. And what I'm going to do is put in the code to add an image to our web page inside that div. Remember, we're now here between the two div tags, the opening and closing div tag. So we're going to add opening bracket there, angle bracket, and we add img, not omg, but img, which means image space source, abbreviated to src, and then equals, and we put in inverted commas. Okay, we're going to name our images folder, so images, and then we need to put a / because images is the folder containing the images. Now we name the images. So we're going to take Neil Armstrong, one word, it's been named as Neil Armstrong, and we put in the extension, otherwise this won't work. So image source equals Neil Armstrong, images Neil Armstrong.jpg, close the angle brackets, and we save that and just check whether that actually did work. So we go to the page and we refresh it, and there's Neil Armstrong grinning at us. Okay, now go back, and you could add different images. I'm not going to be bothered for the purpose of this video. I'm just going to add in Neil Armstrong 3 times. Now, if I go down, save, and then check that, I refresh our web page, and there he is 3 times and in a row. Very handy. Okay, now what we now do is we're going to add some text. So I'm going to go and grab some text, and I'm going to go to a website, Wikipedia, which I prepared. Just grab the first paragraph just for the heck of it, and I don't want too much because otherwise I'll go out of the boundaries of the div in the web page. But I'm just going to copy that down. It's just simple text. Okay, there it is there. And if I save it and have a look at what the result is, I have the following. Okay, bunch of text, and that text has sort of been centered, so it looks a bit ragged the way it is. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to style it, but I'm not going to style it inside the div, because if I change the I want to justify the text, but I don't want to change text line center in the div styling. So I'm going to put this inside another set of heading tags. That's H4, which is a fairly small heading style. So H4, and I'll put H4 to close. And if I look at that, the result of that, I'll save and then go back and look at that. And okay, that's H4, a little bit bigger than what we had, but it's still looking ragged. So I've got to fix up that raggedness. And what I want to do is to justify the text, make it a nice square box of text. So I go back and I'm going to say up here, I'm going to add a new style for H4. So I just write down H4. Again, open our brackets facing left. So we're going to say text hyphen align, but this time not center. We're going to say text align justify, semicolon, and close the bracket at the end, the braces rather, at the end. And if we look at this now, I save, and then I go back to my page, and okay, we've got it justified, but the text is butted up right up against the edge of the div. which doesn't look too good. So what I'm going to do is to put a space around the text, a little bit of a space, about a 10 pixel space, and that's called padding. So what we need to do is style padding. So I go up to the H4 styling, padding, colon, and then I'm going to say and then I'm going to say padding, colon, T10 px, 10 pixels, semicolon. That should do the job. So I go to save, and I go back and refresh, and there's my text with a nice space around it. Brilliant. Now all I need to do now is perhaps change the color of the H4 text, not the color of the heading, because that's just the text of my div, but this is inside the H4 tag, so I can style it specifically. So I will go to H4 and I will say color, colon, and I'll just make it black, semicolon. And then I go back, and there we are. Okay, now you could also style this from Times New Roman to, say, Arial as a font family. I might try it here. Let's have a look. So if I go font hyphen family and then go Arial, can't remember how to spell it, it's Arial. We'll try it out, see what happens. No, that didn't work. I'll try Arial and see if that works. If not, I'll give up. Ah, that worked. Okay, so there we are. There's our page with heading, images, and some justified text, looking very nice.